as actors, it's your job to create characters and basically pretend to be other people. But here you are playing characters who are pretending to be other people. Was that different? Was that challenging for you guys as actors to do that?
No. Was it challenging?
No, not really. I mean, there are times when I think you're playing a character within a character in a much more covert way. And I mean, I've actually just done a film where I'm doing, well, let's not go down that route for spoilers, but it's so overt. You know, Arthur is certainly not a particularly proficient actor. So it's just...
It's quite easy for us to play other characters very badly.
We're not accomplished actors pretending to be other people.
Right.
We are just play acting for all sorts of complex reasons, partly to have sex.
Right.
So actually there was something kind of fun in how bad they are at playing these people. You know, there's some fun to be had in that.
Well, and they're trying to escape yet from their own lives, from their own responsibilities, yet they find each other and sort of have this bond. Is that what the bond is? The fact that they're both trying to sort of escape from their own lives?
I think they find it extraordinary that there's someone else out there like them.
I also think there's a thing, it's interesting because this idea of putting on a mask in order to free yourself up, which is what actors do, you know. There was an exercise we did at drama school where we were doing mask stuff. You know, that's one of the things you go, you know, you do a bit of sword fighting, and this was Commedia dell'arte with
trust games,
which all seemed a bit. It could have seemed very sort of hokey, kind of street theatre stuff.
Sure.
But it really was not. It was fascinating to see, you know, a person go out in front of everybody, put a particular mask on, and it would start to change the body language, and that the person could start to express themselves in ways they could never do if they were not wearing the mask.
Because of the mask.
Well, you're not self-conscious.
Yeah, the mask actually takes away a whole load of issues. And suddenly it can free you up. It's a paradox. And I think that's in a way what they're doing. These two, they have issues with intimacy, both these people. You know, they're keeping everybody at bay. They won't, you know, she won't let anybody touch her. I'm just repressed. And suddenly you take on these other people and you're free to cross all kinds of boundaries. Yeah. And so I think that's what they're doing. And also I think it's a bit of a meditation on the idea that you've been wearing one all your life anyway.
Right.
You've been playing a role which may not have been the right one. You know, my character's been playing the role of a loser. He's been playing the role of a guy who's a perpetual disappointment to everybody.
And he's made that choice to play that role.
Stuck in a suburban rut. And his role is not suiting him. All this stuff, this very circumscribed, rather nerdy guy who, you know, disagrees with pornography and goes around pronouncing on very boring facts as if they're terribly important, you know, with his very petty suburban morality. And that's actually not really who anybody is. And, or it's not who anybody should naturally be. And I think in some ways, by trying on these different roles, he frees himself from that one.
Did you guys get a lot of rehearsal time with each other, or was it a fast shoot and you just sort of had to prepare and go?
We got a few days, didn't we?
Standards of filming, because you don't rehearse in film, is not in the way that really is meaningful in the way you do in theatre. But
did
no,
we have a few days reading through stuff?
We had some days.
A week or something.
Dante was very, you know, he facilitated time to go through everything. But not huge amounts. I mean, it was a question of, as it always is.
Sometimes you have a few weeks of rehearsal on film. Sometimes you turn up and you shoot the next day. So it sort of
even if you have
depends.
a few weeks of rehearsal, though, the nature of film is that when the day comes,
everything ratchets up a bit and it changes anyway.
You don't have all the time in the world to jump in with both feet. I think there's a perception that film is the place where you try until you get it right. You know, some people say as opposed to theatre, well, you're on and you either get it or you don't, whereas on film you get to do take-offs. You don't. In some ways, theatre is the place.
For the exploration of something, I think.
You
have no time on a film set.
3 takes, people need to move on.
That was it for you guys, just 3 takes.
3
well,
takes
it's just
can be a
the case
lot.
with most films nowadays, because they're trying to just budget everything. And 3 takes is a lot, considered a lot.
Well, it was enough for this, because you guys are great at it. So
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great seeing you again.
Good to
see you.